My name is Katie Hoskins, and I want to talk to you and inform you about tipping and why we should always tip. In the United States, only about 7% of adults tip in restaurants. Of those who do tip, about 15.9% only tip about 10% or less. Waiters, waitresses, and many delivery drivers get paid less than minimum wage, and everybody should do their part to pay those who serve us every day. Most people have gone to restaurants in their life and will go many more times. It is customary in America to tip at restaurants and on delivery services. And there are many people who do tip when needed, including you and other people around you. I personally deliver for a restaurant, and there have been countless times where I have been not tipped, or if I was tipped, it was barely anything. Even though tipping in America is not mandatory, it is customary. If service is good, we should always tip those who serve us or deliver to us. Most people in these jobs earn most of their money for the day off of tips, and it should always be welcomed by us. According to PBS, it is the societal norm to tip in restaurants and when using delivery services because these employees do not make a living wage based off of their money that they make every day. It is common courtesy to tip our workers in these areas. On top of that, this custom is something that is not going to change anytime soon. People are still going to get paid less than minimum wage, and they don't deserve to get paid less than minimum wage. Since they don't get paid much, many are expecting to get tipped. They are understaffed and overworked during these times especially, and deserve to have their services recognized. In this graphic, we see that the United States has some of the largest number of professions that receive tips. This is because many companies do not pay their employees well, and therefore more people should be tipped. But how much should we be tipping people? According to USA Today, at most places, the average tip is about 15%. There are some people who may tip up to 25% if the service is very good, but on the other end, there are people who tip less than 10%. Whether or not service is good should not be a reason to not tip. We should always tip something because people rely on these tips to live. This graphic shows that the waiters and waitresses at restaurants get the most amount of tips compared to others. But we should tip more to others as well and recognize that they are also providing a service. Why do we tip? Most waiters, waitresses, and delivery drivers are not paid a livable wage. They're usually paid less than minimum wage, and because of that, they use tips as part of their paycheck. Tips are in place so that we pay our workers properly. They should not have to pick up 2 other jobs in order to survive in this world. We also tip so that the restaurants stay staffed. If these employees realize that they are not getting tips and not getting much of anything, they are likely to quit their job and move to something better that pays them more. Although it is not our job to pay a worker the minimum wage, we can do our part in helping others. We should always take initiative and show appreciation to those who serve us. These may be simple jobs, but they also need to be paid well. Tipping is not mandatory, but it is customary and should be respected. Restaurants should pay their employees a living wage, but until then we should always tip. Next time you go to a restaurant, think about what a tip may do for your server. Try to tip more if you think it is well deserved, and always try to tip something. You could easily make somebody's day.